What's good, family? Welcome back to the lab. It's your boy Ariel, and we're here with tax season tips part 2. All right, tax season tips part 2. We're going to finish off the video we did from part 1 because it cut off right in the middle of the video. I had lost time because it ran out of film. I ran out of space in my phone, so I had to go through, erase mad stuff in my phone just so we can get this part 2 on and popping. Y'all know we got to bring the information. Y'all know we got to bring the knowledge. Y'all know we got to bring the understanding. And you know we got to bring that wisdom. We got to, because we got to help each other. We got to educate each other. We got to share the information. You know why? Because sharing information leads to transformation. Again, sharing information leads to transformation. All right? So the more information you share, the more you will transform. The more you will transform your life and transform the lives of others. All right. So last thing we talked about in tax season tips part 1 was saving. Okay. You got to save your money. You got to save 10%, 5%, 3%, 50%, 40%. You choose the amount you want to save. Okay. The rule of thumb, the principal wisdom, the principal knowledge is 10%, okay? So if your tax refund is $10,000, save $1,000. If your tax refund is $2,500, save $250, okay? Whatever it is, divided by 10, that's how much you save. All right, that's the first rule of thumb, okay? So we're gonna also talk about saving your living expenses. Why? Because if you were to lose your job, or if you were to get hurt and can't work, whether you own a business, whether you work a 9 to 5, whatever your career path is, whatever choice, you have to have money to live off of, okay? So how do you do that? Easy. You create a budget, right? Create a budget. Figure out all your expenses for the month, okay? Everything you need to live for 1 month, to live. How much money do you need to live, okay? Now, how much money do you want? Now, how much money do you wish, right? How much money do you need to live right now, okay? You have a current expense sheet right now. You have a current list of bills right now. You got your car note, car insurance, cable, internet, cell phone, gas, food, electric, all the utilities, everything, right? Compile that together, make your list, and see how much it costs for you to live, okay? If your living expenses total up to, let's say, $3,000 at the end of the month, okay? So you need $3,000 at the end of the month just to live, all right? So this tax season, what we're gonna do is we're gonna save 3 months of living expenses, okay? 90 days, 3 months of living expenses. Now, you don't have to take out 90 days worth of living expenses from your taxes, but in tax season, you're going to give yourself a little boost and you're going to add to your 3-month living expenses, okay? So, tax season tip number 4. The first 3 was in the first video. Did you watch it? You might want to go back and watch part 1. But number 4, saving living expenses. Again, how much does it cost for you to live this month? Let's say, example, $3,000, right? You want to save 3 months of your living expenses. So, if your living expenses per month is $3,000 a month times 3 equal $9,000. So if you were to get hurt and miss work, if you were to get kidnapped and go missing, if you were to not be able to produce an income in your business, okay, you would have $9,000 saved up so you can live. You can afford your cable. You can afford your internet. You can afford your food. You can afford your gas. You can afford your mortgage. You can afford your rent, right? So you want to save up 3 months of living expenses, and that's $9,000. $9,000. Now, your whole tax refund, I'm going to say this again, because I know some of y'all are going to get upset because you don't want to spend your whole tax refund on savings. I'm not telling you you have to spend your whole tax refund on savings. What I'm telling you is add to this. Add to this. This is what you add to. Add to that. Add to the $9,000 with your tax refund. So if the goal is $9,000, right? Add to this. Whether it's 10%, 20%, 30%, or if you do not have this started, start with your tax refund. Start with, let's say, $1,000 of this $9,000, okay? Take $1,000 from your taxes, $500, whatever you got to do. This is just an example. You have to create a list of expenses for yourself so you can know how much it costs for you to live right now. So if this is it, start with your tax refund, put $1,000 in it, okay? You got to save. Saving is super important. Saving separates the haves from the have-nots. You know why? Because poor people spend every dime they get, right? They have no savings. The average person is in debt. The average person doesn't even have $1,000 on hand if an emergency was to happen, okay? So don't be average. Be above average. Be better than average. Be awesome. Be phenomenal. You're not average. You're not mediocre. You're not in the middle, okay? Be great. Be great. Think great. Live great. Walk great. Talk great. Save great, okay? Save great. So what you want to do is create your saving for living expenses. Use your tax refunds to start this. Start a saving for living expenses. Get you a envelope, blank envelope. Put saving living expenses or savings for living expenses or savings for per month or saving to quit job. So let's say, right, you want to save up this so you can quit your job and become an entrepreneur and work a business or make your own business, right? So if you have this saved up, your boss no longer has control over you. You don't have to show up to work because you know if all goes wrong, you have $9,000 saved up for the next 3 months. So you can live off of that $9,000 for 3 months. And while you're building a business, you can produce money within this time to start adding to your income, okay? Just a couple things to think about, all right? So, tax season tip number 4, save for your living expenses. Because saving separates the haves from the have-nots. The have-nots have not money. The haves have money. The have-nots have not. The haves have. It's just life. It's just choices. You are the sum total of all your choices. All your choices from your past up until now define who you are. So make good choices. Choose to change. Choose to save. All right? Now, another tax season tip is start a Roth IRA. Okay? Now, you want to start a Roth IRA with your taxes this tax season because this Roth IRA allows you to add to it per month. And with that money you put into your Roth IRA, they use that money to invest in some of the soundest stocks on the market, okay? The stock market is volatile. And what that means is it's up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. But with the Roth IRA, they decrease the risk. So instead of you going super high and super low, the Roth IRA plays the middle game, right? So it makes sure you never go too high, but it also makes sure you never go too low. So your money slowly increases over time, slowly increases over time, slowly increases over time. So now you start to gain, okay? You start to add money to the money you're giving your Roth IRA. So if you add money to your Roth IRA for the next 30 years, by the time it's time for you to retire, you may have $300,000 waiting for you when you retire because you kept putting that money into your Roth IRA, okay? You have to get a Roth IRA. It's easy to start. Research it before you start, of course. Always know who you're dealing with when you start a Roth IRA. Research the companies, research the investors, all of that. So start a Roth IRA this tax season because you want to invest your money into the stock market. And that's what the Roth IRA does. They invest your money so that the average person who doesn't know how to invest can give them their money, and they are investment managers. So they manage your investments. So they make sure they're only putting money into the stocks that are consistent, okay? The Fortune 500 companies, the companies that have been around for the longest time, the companies that have stability with their stocks, okay? New companies may have great stock and tomorrow they have terrible stock. But with the Roth IRA, they only put the money into the companies that have been doing good for long periods of time. So your money consistently grows, all right? Consistently grows. It grows at a slow rate. Don't start a Roth IRA and think you're going to be a millionaire in 2 years. That's not what the Roth IRA is for. That's not normal. That's probably never going to happen ever in life. So get that out of your head right now. Don't say, oh, I started a Roth IRA, so I'm going to have all this money and I can retire in 2 years. No. The Roth IRA is to help your money grow over a long period of time. A long period of time. Do not touch your Roth IRA when you start a Roth IRA, and don't stop adding money to your Roth IRA, or they can't invest for you because they have no money to invest. You have to keep adding to your Roth IRA monthly. Even if it's 5% of your income, even if it's $50 a month, even if it's $20 a month, put something away that will grow. It grows. It may not grow at a 50% clip, but it might grow at a 6% clip, 8% clip, a 4% clip. It's going to continue to grow over time, okay? So this helps you invest your money. Why? Because your money is your number one wealth building tool. Time will not allow you to build wealth if you don't use your time wisely. Your knowledge will not allow you to build wealth if you don't use your knowledge wisely. Your money will not allow you to build wealth, to leave a legacy, to grow your finances if you don't use it wisely, okay? Your money is your number one wealth building tool. Why? Because money grows over time if put in the right places, all right? If you put a seed on the concrete and water it, the seed is not going to grow. There's no soil. There's nothing for the roots to cling to. There is no nourishment in concrete, okay? Don't put your seeds on concrete. Plant your seeds in soil. Plant your seeds in fertile ground. Plant your seeds in nature's best fertilizer, okay? And that seed is your money. And you want your money to grow. If you have a savings, that's awesome. That's great. That's step one. There's more steps to this thing. It gets more complex. But as your money grow, you grow. So the complexity shrinks. It's not as complicated as you think. Once you continue to get information, once you continue to research, once you continue to grow your intellectual bank account, you understand that these things that we make complex are really not complex at all, okay? So start a Roth IRA with your tax refund. Put about $500 in there. Put the amount of money you and your partner choose, or you, if you're single, you choose how much money you're going to put into your Roth IRA, okay? The Roth IRA is just one wealth building tool. It's not the last wealth building tool. It's just one. There's plenty of wealth building tools, plenty of them. But this one is an easy one to start and an easy one to manage, so you can put your time into learning another skill and using that skill to make you money, and then using the money you use from that skill to invest in another wealth building tool like real estate. Real estate is a wealth building tool, okay? Real estate can offer you higher returns on your money than a Roth IRA, okay? I think the higher return on a Roth IRA is like 8% sometimes. I think that's like the average where they keep you, so your money grow like 8% over a certain amount of time. Look into your Roth IRA, look into different managers, because different people will guarantee different results. So make sure you choose the right company. Do your research. Do your research, do your research, do your research, all right? Learn the market. Learn what's around, who's around, okay? Get the basics. You ain't got to be an expert, but you got to know a little bit before you just start handing your money to people, okay? Know a little bit of something about it. research, talk to people who have Roth IRAs, ask people if they have a Roth IRA so you can get the information as well. All right? So, like I was saying, your money, your income is your number one wealth building tool. Put some of that into your Roth IRA. It's not the last wealth building tool. It's not the only wealth building tool. And it's not the best wealth building tool, okay? You will learn more of those things as you continue to grow, as you continue to learn, as you continue to expand your network, as you continue to expand your thoughts, your perspectives, and your friends list, okay? Don't be friends with people who just look like you. Be friends with people who are in positions you want to be in. Be friends with people who was in your position and who have grown out of your position, okay? So, another wealth building tool is start a Roth IRA. All right? So, another tax season tip. Remember, this is tax season tips part 2. So, go back and watch tax season tips part 1. Okay? This is tax season tips part 2. All right? So, we're going to talk about cash flow right now, okay? Because this tax season, I need you to understand, savings is great, but do not hoard your money. You have to invest your money. Don't hoard it. Don't get money and put it under your mattress and sit on your mattress and just look and just keep the money there, right? Don't hoard it. You got to create cash flow. Because when you create cash flow, you create opportunities for money to flow in to you. But in order to have cash flow, there has to be money going from you. Example, when you invest, the money is going from you, but it returns back to you in greater amounts in your investments. If your investments are good and they make you money, okay? That's cash flow. Out and in. Out and in. The richest people on the planet have cash flow. They do not have cash hoard, okay? They do not have cash stash and never invest, all right? You gotta create cash flow so that you can create opportunities for money to grow, for money that leaves, for money to come in, okay? You gotta create cash flow. You gotta create some way for money to leave from you and money to come in from you. People always say, right? If you want something, give it. If you want knowledge, teach somebody. If you want money, then give somebody money, okay? The richest people on the planet understand this principle, and they understand that it takes time to master this principle. I'm not telling you to go out and give all your money away and think that you're going to get all of your money back times 3, okay? No. Sometimes with cash flow, you may decrease in money because it's going out, and then it may come back slowly, right? And then sometimes you may give small amounts and it come back bigger and faster than you've given it out. But you have to create an avenue in order for there to be cash flow, right? You have to invest in a skill. You invest in a skill, you pay for an online course. So if you pay for an online course, you created some type of cash flow. You created some export of money into the skill. So then the import of money is going to come from the things that you learned in that skill. That's how you create cash flow. Cash has to go in and cash has to go out. Don't sit on your cash and think that money is just going to come in. That's not how it works. You got to donate. You got to give back. You got to support others, because then others will support you. Others will give back to you, and others will donate to you. Okay? It's a cycle. Cash flow in, cash flow out. Cash flow in, cash flow out. Cash flow in, cash flow out. Super easy concept to understand. I know you all get it. Don't go out there just giving your money away. Again, be smart with your investments, okay? Keep your savings account. You don't use your savings account to invest. You use your investment saving account to invest, okay? 2 types of savings account. One for emergencies and one for investing, okay? Now, we're going to talk about a little concept that I learned about how to budget your money, okay? We're going to learn how to budget your money. So after you create your income list, right, your expense list, then whatever you have, right, we're going to put into, I'm going to show you how some people use their income to invest, right? So let's say your income is $50,000, right? You make $50,000 a year. And out of 12 months, right, you get $50,000. So now you want to get a house, right? Some people use 50% of their income on house, which is all of the things that included into your house, like transportation, utilities, gas, internet, cable, everything that is involved in your house should be 50% of your income. So if everything in your house is 50% of your income, then that it should equal $25,000, right? $25,000. So people use the other 50% of their income for 30% is for personal use / fun, right? And 30% of that, 30%, right? So we got 50% equals 25,000. So 30% will be 15,000. No, it'd be 12,500. It'd be 12,500. Right? No, it'd be a little bit more than that. It'd probably be like 13 or something. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right. So now we up to 80% of this 50,000. Okay. Because if we break this up into 4 divided by 4, right? We got 50,000 divided by 4 is going to be hold on, let me do the math real quick. My math skills is leaving me right now, but we're gonna get this thing right, okay? So you got 50,000. You're gonna divide it by 4. So you take 50,000, you divide it by 2, which is 25,000, and then you take the 25,000 and you divide that by 2, which is 1250, right? Boom. There we go. So now you know this is 25% of your income, but you have 20% left, right? And this is going to be for your savings. Remember, you have to do this with your income. This is just an example, okay? So you use 50% on your house, so 25,000. So if you get a house with utilities, gas, cable, and everything, and it's over 25,000, right? You are house poor because you are spending way too much money on your house. You bought too much house that you can't afford. If it's over 25,000, you keep it below 25,000, okay? If it's over 25,000, you're house poor. Let's say it's 30,000. You are now house poor. Okay, 30. You're now house poor because it went over 25,000, okay? If your 30% is for your personal use and fun, and if you spend 15,000 on it, you are now fun poor. You're spending way too much money, having too much fun. All right? You're spending way too much money on personal things when you have other things to do, right? And this 20% is your savings. So this 20% is about 12,000, right? Or somewhere around there. This is a 30% is a little higher than 20%, so let's say about 12, right? So yeah. Somewhere around here. Remember, you do the math yourself. I'm messing my math all the way up. But with this 20,000, right? If you are putting way too much into your savings, then you are savings excessive. Too much savings. Because you need to take some of this money from the savings and put it into your living expenses. Okay? So right now this add up to 48,000. This is 100%. Remember, our income is $50,000 a year. This is just for example, okay? So 50% of your money should be on your house, utilities, internet, cable, transportation, car note, car insurance, all of that should be in this 50%, okay? And then your personal use and your fund for whatever you want to do, that should be 30% of your income. And then for your savings, that should be 20% of your income, so you can have money for your savings, your emergency savings, and your investment savings, so you can create that cash flow. So for this tax season, you just want to focus on this, right? Let's do another quick example. This time, we're going to use, let's say, 20,000, right? So if all your income at the end of the year is 20,000, remember what we did: 50%, 30%, 20%. Right? This is your house, car, utilities. This is for personal fun. Okay? This is for saving / retirement. All right? So 50% of 20,000 is 10,000. Right? So now we got, out of this 20, we got 10,000 should go to your house, your car, your utilities, and all of that stuff. Now, you want to take 30%, and which is 6,000. Right? 30% of 20,000 is 6,000. So that's what you can use for your personal, for your fund. We're up to 16,000. Then the 20% is 4,000. Should be for your savings and your retirement. So every year you should have saved 20,000. You should never exceed this much, because if you have a house and it exceeds, let's say your house is 12,000 with your car and your utilities, you are now house poor. Okay? You don't want to be poor. Keep it below, never above. Okay? If your personal use, if you're spending too much money, let's say you spend 7,000, you are now fund poor. Too much money going into that, and let's say now you did this already. So this is 19,000. So now you only have 1,000 to save, and you just cut yourself short $3,000 to make up for the other two parts of your life. Okay? So this is 20,000. This is good. This means you on track. Okay? This one means you off track, because you spent too much money and you divided it up in the wrong spots. Okay? You had to take money from your savings and put it into your living expenses in your house. And remember, the goal this tax season is to get out of debt. The goal this tax season is to get out of debt. All right? So that was tax season tips part 2. Thank you guys for watching. I totally appreciate it. Forgive me for my terrible math at the beginning, but I made up for it in the second example. All right? So I hope these strategies do you well. I hope you share them with your family. I hope you share them with your friends. I hope you give yourself time to make mistakes and give yourself time to be a beginner, okay? Nobody's perfect at the beginning. Nobody's a 10-year pro in their first year, all right? You're a rookie in your first year. you're a beginner when you start doing something, okay? You got to learn to crawl before you learn to walk. So be patient with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You see, I just made a mistake here, but I kept going. I didn't give up. I didn't stop the video. I didn't give up. I didn't pause the video. I kept going. I made a mistake. I made up for it. So you can make a mistake and you can make up for it. It's your boy Ariel. Thank you for watching. Remember to share this video on Facebook. Share this video with a friend. Share this video with a loved one. Share this video with a peer. Share this video with the younger generation. Share this video with anyone who you think will find this information necessary. All right? Share it on Facebook. Share it on Instagram. Make sure you leave a comment below, down in the comments. Make sure you let me know what you liked and what you didn't like. All right?